friends, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. Today I'm inviting you to spend some slow time with me while I set up my bullet journal for August. This month's theme is one I've been excited about for weeks. I call it Pandas at Work. It's playful, chaotic, in a gentle way, and really speaks to how I've been feeling lately, like I'm trying hard in a dozen directions, but not always sure if I know what I'm doing. Anywho, let's get started. So I'm starting with the cover page. I always love doing these. It sets the mood for the whole month. And for August, I drew a panda manning his little ramen cart and looking real cute doing it. I really wanted this theme to reflect how a lot of us feel, like we're trying our best, but also figuring it out as we go. That kind of organized chaos energy. As for the color palette this month, it's mostly greens from soft to vibrant. Think fresh bamboo, mossy woods, and summer leaves. Everything from light mint to deep forest green. I wanted to evoke bamboo, of course, since this is a panda themed spread, but also the sense of calm, nature, and growth. And then throughout the spreads, I'll pop in the occasional black and white panda. I really like the contrast. It's bold but still balanced. Almost like the panda's just strolling through all the vibrant energy and just doing its best. I didn't want the colors to get too busy, so using the panda's natural simplicity keeps everything feeling grounded and soft. It's playful, but still really clean visually. I've been craving simplicity lately, but also lushness. Like, I want to feel calm and inspired at the same time, and I think this palette kind of does that for me. First panda fact of the video, did you know that pandas spend about 10 to 16 hours a day eating? Like just straight up eating. I think it's just because bamboo doesn't have a lot of nutrition, so they have to eat a lot throughout the day. And honestly, I kind of relate. When I'm creating or working for hours, I find it necessary to have snacks just lined up, like it's just part of my art supplies now. And here's my quick little insert to my Bujo nails that are obviously correlated back to the theme, so shout out to my amazing nail artist for the adorable pandas. And like I said, I need to have snacks at all times. So right now is my pocky break. So if you need the reminder to snack, hydrate, or take a breath, this is it. Let's move on to the monthly calendar. I'm doing a Dutch door layout again. I realized it became my go-to. I love just being able to flip through my simple calendar layout, and this month I'm going to be able to be doing that while also enjoying a nice bamboo forest background. So you'll see that I first take out my paper cutter to do some quick swipes across the page vertically to start getting those chunks of paper out. And I'm going to be doing that for both sides of the calendar. Then I pull out my cutting mat and X-Acto knife to cut out the remaining parts that are attached to the center, but all I'm doing is swiping the knife across only to the point of the binding for now. In order to cut the page out of its binding, I'm going to go back in with my small pair of scissors to carefully cut in between the flaps so I can pull them out. And finally, I take my corner cutter to cut any remaining corners round to make it feel more finished. And la-di-da, I got my little calendar flippy floppy thingy ready to be the calendar in front of a beautiful bamboo background. For the forest background, I am starting with my lightest shade of green marker, which does look a little bit like yellow, but moving on, I'm just going to be sweeping it across the whole background, not worrying about the details yet, just laying down the base to make it eventually look like it's going to be light filtering through the bamboo leaves. I slowly bring in the slightly darker greens, layering in stalks of bamboo here and there, just a few at a time. The whole process actually became a bit meditative to me, honestly. As I get further away from the center of the page, I keep adding darker and darker shades of green. The effect I'm going for is this sort of lit path in the center of a dark forest, like from a shadowy bamboo edge into a soft glowing center. I loved doing this technique because it keeps the layout feeling rich and lush without overwhelming the calendar itself. There really was no real method to this madness, besides keeping the ultimate goal in mind of making the layout feel like it's going from dark to light, essentially. Another fun panda fact, pandas can be super duper clumsy. Like, they fall out of trees all the time, but what I love is that they get back up and they keep going, and that's just a whole mood. I used to get so discouraged when things didn't go perfectly for me, like videos that flopped, journal pages that felt messy. Like, for example, I posted a video of me attempting to do a nice ASMR journaling video a couple of weeks ago, but the more I watched it, the more I hated it and saw how low of quality it was and decided to delete it like 10 minutes later. So, for the 8 of you that did see it, no, you actually didn't. If you ever mention it to me, it does not exist in my brain. But if I'm being honest, falling down is part of the charm. It's now making me want to try even harder and hopefully get a better ASMR video out soon. And also, quick confession, I watch pandas falling over themselves on repeat on a regular basis. They're just so cute, I can't help it. But I do see myself a lot in them, and it is a bit therapeutic in a way too, I guess. The flaps will contain space for me to write down various things to plan out the month, like events, appointments, highlights, and this time gratuity, which is something new I'm going to be trying this month. I wanted to try to jot down more things that I'm grateful for so I can look back at them one day and appreciate them all over again and just reminisce in those moments. For the actual calendar, I kept it on the simpler side to contrast it from the busy bamboo background. It's not meant for me to write anything inside the boxes, just big enough for me to see the layout of the month. For the title, again, keeping it pretty simple, but wanted to add a little pizzazz with just some ombre pointillism, I guess you could call, just to keep things interesting. Let's ignore the little bleeding mistake on the first flap and enjoy my little calendar spread. Now we're on to the mood tracker. This month I decided to draw a panda in a cute little business suit doing a cute little presentation of my mood for the month. I wanted to make sure he looks super proud of the pie chart of my mood this month, whether it ends up being all good or all bad. Coloring his suit, I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I was just purely going off of one single reference photo for the shading, and I still don't know if it turned out okay or not. Because in the end, it kind of looks like a suit made of jello, which I guess could be on brand if he's a panda that happens to like jello or wear jello. I don't know. for the setting, I was going for a boring office vibe as per a typical office setting, but mainly because it will let my bright green pie chart stand out at the end of the month once it's all filled out. So hopefully it'll encourage me to really check in with myself and really track my mood on a daily basis. Third fun panda fact: pandas don't actually hibernate, which means they're awake all year round. And honestly, same. My sleep schedule is absolutely chaotic. Some days I'm energized and inspired, and other days I'm just existing in fuzzy autopilot. Some days my body wants to nap all day, and I have to make up for all the work I missed later that night and end up pulling an all-nighter, which makes me sleep in the next day. And you get it, the cycle continues. But tracking my mood will hopefully help me notice these patterns, and sometimes that's enough. Lastly, for the habit tracker this month, I'm focusing on just a few small things that make a big difference. The main four being journaling, medication, biking, and posting mostly every day. Journaling I try to do every day to give myself that emotional outlet outside of bullet journaling, even though something may or may not be interesting enough to write about. I just try to put my feelings on paper so that hopefully it can be my therapeutic outlet in a way. And for biking, it's just my form of physical exercise. I've been trying to bike about an hour a day for about 5 days a week, and it is a stationary bike because I think I would actually perish and die if I had to bike in 100-degree weather 5 times a week. It's just not happening. Anyways, I kept the art on this one on the simpler side with some bamboo and a cute panda swinging. Last fun panda fact for the video: even though pandas are technically bears, they don't roar or growl. They bleat like goats, and they make this little chirp when they're excited or want attention. And honestly, I can very much relate. I don't like yelling. I'm definitely more of a quiet signaler when I need help. Journaling has been a way for me to express those small bleats, to myself at least. If you made it this far, thank you so much again for hanging out with me for this setup. I hope you enjoy watching these pandas at work as much as I do, and maybe saw a little of yourself in them too. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment telling me which career you want to see a panda do. I'd also love to hear what you're working on this August as well. So here's the flip through. Each spread is a little chaotic, a little cute, and a little like me, trying hard, making it up as I go, and just showing up anyway. As always, happy journaling everyone, and see you next time.